as far as Mayo's record, it can be hard to parse out responsibility in New England, but it is worth noting, as much of a train wreck as this offense has been, the defense has continued to chug along. In fact, since 2019, they have been first in the NFL, yards per play, EPA per play, and the linebacker position in particular, guys, which Mayo coaches, has struck me as the strength of this team. The way he's developed players, guys like Giovanni Tavai coming and turning his career around in New England, Juwan Bentley, who they developed in-house, have continued to play at a really high level. But Dan is really astute in noting that will probably determine the success of his tenure, frankly, is the decision they make at OC and GM, because right now, this offseason, which is so pivotal for New England, you have that third overall draft pick and you have a ton of cap space. Who you choose to be the quarterback and how you decide to build an offense around that quarterback is going to be so important. The Dolphins' run game is the types of runs that the Chiefs have had some lack of success with this year, to the perimeter, off tackle, using motion. Dan, I think in this game, especially given the conditions, we will see something similar from this Chiefs defense. Yeah. They will be prepared, especially on those first couple of series, for Miami to run the ball. So I think for Mike McDaniel, it becomes a question of, okay, what kind of adjustments you can make in the run game? And then if, let's say, you fall behind a score, do you stick with it? Because there will be the temptation to go away from it. But again, I really think on the ground is where Miami has the biggest advantage. So as the game progresses, if they are still within striking distance, he needs to continue running the football.
How do you see the Packers game planning for this Cowboys defense with Jordan Love at the helm?
It's a harder matchup for the Packers offense because the Cowboys defense is much better than the Packers defense. But I think there's a couple things they can take advantage of, areas where Dallas has struggled. One, and I know Marcus would go to this first, they struggle to defend runs, particularly runs to the outside. They're actually last in success rate in that metric. And the Green Bay, I think, has the ability to attack them that way with both Aaron Jones, who was excellent in Week 18, but also Jordan Love, who's an underrated scrambler. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw in a couple designed runs for him as well. And then the other thing that I think is worth noting, another area where Dallas has struggled, is when quarterbacks are on the move. On designed rollouts, they're actually 24th in EPA per play, and Love has been excellent throwing on the move. First in yards per play, second in EPA per play on the boots. His arm talent enables him to make difficult throws even when defenders are bearing down on him, and lead his speedy young wide receivers to get yards after the catch. So that's something I'd also like to see out of with Green Bay, the boot game.
And star cornerback Denzel Ward suffered a knee injury in practice yesterday, is questionable for the game. However, Ward did post a video on social media of him running out of the tunnel, which could mean he feels like he's going to be able to go, reading between the lines a little bit there. Mina, how big of a deal is a healthy Denzel Ward to what the Browns want to do tomorrow, specifically against C.J. Stroud?
Yeah, it's a huge deal because of the opponent. I've loved watching the Texans offense this year with C.J. Stroud, Bobby Slowick, Nico Collins. But while they have been excellent against zone coverage, first in the NFL in EPA per play, against man coverage that actually drops to 26. It's negative. And as you see here, the Browns are extremely good when Denzel Ward is on the field in man coverage. That QBR of 18, to put that in perspective, the worst quarterback in football this year is 30. So if he's on the field and he can help lock down, whether it's Nico Collins or whoever else, depending on where he's lined up, I think that would go a long way towards limiting a hot young quarterback who I think many of us believe has the potential to be very successful in the postseason. As good as this Rams offense has been, Stafford's not unblitzable the way he was that year. I agree with you, Dan, and I think it highlights what I feel about this game, which is it's going to be won or lost for Detroit defensively on first down. Because of what the Rams can do with both the run and the pass, how balanced they are. The run game, we've talked about all year, has been sensational. They've really rebuilt this thing. The blocking is excellent. Everybody blocks in this offense. Kyren Williams is terrific. However, he's terrific, and he's putting up these great numbers in part because he runs into more light boxes than any running back in football because defenses are so afraid of the passing attack. So the Detroit defense is mostly a single high unit. They typically drop a safety into the box, but if they do so, the Rams will punish them with the play action pass, those deep crossers and explosives. So I think for the Lions, you need to get them into predictable down and distances because on first down, you are the most vulnerable to this iteration of the Rams offense.
Yeah, RC brought up the New York Giants game. Another thing the Giants did a phenomenal job was stopping the run. And I look at the Rams and I think about these guys with the ball in their hands and run after the catch. That's why if I'm the Los Angeles Rams and I am going to get pressure from Aaron Glenn, the screen game is going to be a big part of what I do off of motion, off of pre-snap motion with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua and obviously Kyron Williams. We used to always say as a defense, if teams are going to slow us down, it's going to be because we get gashed in the run game by somebody being undisciplined and out of their gap, or they're going to hit a screen underneath all of our aggressive pursuit to the quarterback. Sean McVay has shown that he has an intricate screen game. I think it'll help Matthew Stafford get more comfortable, and that is something that I think the Rams can take advantage of if Aaron Glenn decides to add that pressure on first down.
No, ain't no way. Not for
I didn't see this one coming.
Everybody. Okay,
No,
you know what?
no,
you know what?
I'm not doing
okay.
it. I'm a trade.
I'll do it.
I'm going Detroit.
Oh.
I'll go
Detroit.
Detroit.
right.
I'm
Detroit.
going Detroit.
Fix the graphic.
I thought I
Fix
was
the
going to be
graphic.
alone.
Detroit.
Hey,
Fix the
people at
graphic.
home, if
I
you
want
are
a good
gonna,
game.
if you're
I
gonna
want a
try
good
to
game. I don't
screenshot
care
this,
who wins. I want a good game.
Can we switch
can't
it?
Fix the
We don't have
graphic,
enough time to switch
but
it?
it's okay.
So-
It's okay because Ryan.
Well, I
is
took
the
it back.
Lions,
I took it back.
okay?
The whole world knows.
Just remember it. Enjoy the weekend,
done.
and we'll see you
I
on
took the
Monday.
Lions.
Done. Matthew